October 27, 2017. Internally, Derek Brunson knows he's done things the right way for a while now. Eventually, more will take notice. Brunson 175 will seek his 9th win in the UFC this weekend, when he takes on former light heavyweight champion Lyoto Machida at UFC Fight Night in São Paulo, Brazil. The 33-year-old middleweight is 83 in the UFC, with 6 first-round finishes, but he's rarely mentioned in title conversations. Legendary boxing trainer Freddie Roach will be cornering his first MMA fight next Saturday at UFC 217 with Georges St. Pierre. He shares his thoughts on the matchup with Michael Bisping and what lies ahead for GSP. When Jim Miller fights on Saturday in São Paulo, Brazil, it will be his 28th appearance in the octagon, a UFC record. The 34-year-old spoke with ESPN about the highs and lows of his career, including weight classes, injuries and what's next. Colby Covington has promised to send Damian Maia into retirement and called his opponent's hometown in Brazil a dump. Here's why the rising prospect embraces the antagonist role. 3 of his past 4 fights have taken place outside the U.S., in front of his opponent's fanbase. The UFC's official fight poster this weekend prominently featured Machida flexing, gazing at the sky. A small, side profile of Brunson awkwardly hangs above Machida's shoulder. If you look closely, you can probably tell it's him. Initially when I saw that, I was like, what is this? Brunson told ESPN. It is what it is. The most important thing is to go out and handle this fight. If we ever have a rematch, hypothetically, it'll take over the poster. Fight posters aside, Brunson says the UFC has shown a sign of its support recently in the form of a new multi-fight contract. Earlier this year, Brunson skipped the potential of free agency to sign an extension with the UFC. He came out of those negotiations with confidence. The UFC views him as a key player in the division. They gave me respect when it came to the contract, and I definitely think they consider me a valuable piece, Brunson said. I haven't gotten that respect from the media yet. I'm not one to cry a lot, but I see a lot of media. They'll jump on a mid-tier guy who maybe has one exciting fight, but the fight before that he lost. If you look at my career, it's been nothing but consistency. I'm 175, but on 2 or 3 of those losses I was robbed by judges, and another, Yoel Romero, I was winning until the last minute. Brunson admits he's frustrated by MMA media coverage in general, but specifically its treatment of fighters with a history of failed drug tests. The North Carolina native takes pride in being a clean athlete, and doesn't understand how former drug offenders get a clean pass from fans and media. Lyoto Machida tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug and has been suspended for the last 18 months. Josh Hedges of LLC. Getty Images. In MMA, you can literally cheat over and over again, and it's okay, Brunson said. The media will back you. They'll have you on their show, laugh with you and ignore the guys who are coming up and getting things done the right way. You have to give those guys respect, and stop glorifying guys who cheated the sport. Incidentally, Machida 227 is coming off an 18-month suspension by the United States anti-doping agency USADA, for admitting he took a substance he says he didn't know was banned. Brunson said he hasn't taken the time to learn all the details of Machida's specific case, and doesn't care to do so. Regardless of this week's media coverage or fight poster, what matters to him is a win. I haven't read his story and I don't care about his story, Brunson said. I'm gonna fight him and take him out. I still think he has value. I'd still put him in the top 5 or so of the division. We don't know what Machida will be out there after the suspension, but I'm ready for the best one.